Right, everybody, so welcome back. I mean, a bit of a depleted mood in this one. I mean, Fulham, we've just been beaten by Wolves 2-0, and it's just an absolute embarrassment of a performance tonight. I mean, this isn't really nothing of a knee-jerk response. I'm just going with what I saw tonight as well. It's just, I just don't know where to start, really. It's just I'm just lost for words at how poor that performance was. I mean, to concede two goals from two set pieces is embarrassing as well. And it just sums up the way we've played in the last three games. I mean, I just don't know where to start. I think today, it was poor. I mean, we didn't hardly create anything in this game. We looked rubbish from as soon as we went a goal down. Really, I mean, even from the first whistle, we didn't look really up for it. We didn't really create much. I mean, Woeful up front on his own tonight. I mean, he's isolated up there on his own. I mean, against a team like Wolves, he was isolated. I mean, our two Cabano and Ito were sitting so deep, we're practically defending as a back six for most of that game without the ball. And even when we had the ball going forward, there's no one in the box for anyone to even try and cross the ball into. I mean, we're getting it down in the wide areas, in the channels and that, and we're trying to, even if we try and cross it into the box, which we don't do anyway, but even when we do try to, there's no one in the middle anyway. And we come up against three big, massive Wolves centre-halves in Willy Bolly, Connor Cody, and who was the other centre one? I can't remember who else was playing at centre-half for them, but they had an easy game tonight. They weren't tested, and we've seen with Wolves against QPR, we've seen against Sheffield United, we've seen against the physical teams in this league that they do struggle against stronger teams in this league, and we're not that. We're a very soft side, in my opinion. We're not physical enough, and against the stronger sides in this division, the more rough and physical ones who get at them and that, they do struggle, and it's just a poor performance tonight. We haven't played well at all, and Jokanovic starts for Ryan Sessegnon at left back tonight. I mean, you come against the top scorers in the league and that, top of the league as well. Sessegnon's not a left back in my opinion. Fantastic young talent, but I don't think he's not good enough at left back for me. I don't get how Rafa Suarez didn't start tonight. I thought he looked okay coming on against Bristol City on Tuesday night. He showed some good strength. He got crosses into the box. He looked quite decent in my opinion. And he comes on in the second half, starts on the bench tonight for whatever reason. Jokanovic thinks that playing Sessegnon at left back is going to make it all okay. I mean, again, we're still playing out from the back. David Button's a good goalkeeper. He's improved a lot. He's a good shot stopper, but his ball distribution and that, it just doesn't. His ball distribution, he can't play with his feet the way Jokanovic wants to. There's no plan B in the side. Button's a fantastic shot stopper, as we saw in the second half. Made a fantastic save to stop it from being 3-0 from Bonatini to get his second goal of the game. And we're playing it out from the back. It's also risky. I mean, even Andy Hinchcliffe commentary said you can't always play out from the back. Sometimes you have to go longer sometimes because you're going to get fouled out at some point in the game. But Jokanovic is so stubborn that he just doesn't want to change it. Persistently playing out from the back. There's no plan B. He just wants to stick to the plan A, which is to play it out from the back, knock it around, fancy stuff, all through the middle. There's never no plan B. Against sides like Bolton, we've been found out. Burton Albion been found out for no plan B. Bolton as well, no plan B. Bristol City, no plan B. Three games there, 2 defeats and a draw in them both them games. All right, we played well against QPR, grinded out a good result, but that's when we were playing a bit better. Forest, we've done quite well as well against Nottingham Forest as well. I mean, even tonight, Rui Font, he had a big chance in the first half and that. Why don't he shoot? I mean, that's what we don't do enough of. We pick the ball up in good areas and that, and instead of going for a shot, it's always either sideways or backwards. I mean, there's no direct pace in the team, and I thought one player did come on and played. It didn't look too bad tonight. Was Molo. Why hasn't he been playing in the last couple of games? I do not know. He come on tonight, looked okay. He got some good positions. All right, his crosses weren't amazing, but they were put into some decent areas. But we haven't got no powerful striker who can really get in them areas and really bully the centre halves. I mean, Kamara. Well, I don't even know if Kamara's really a signing Jokanovic wanted. I mean, his first touch was terrible. We saw tonight in that some of the touches he takes are just appalling. I mean, I don't think he's the answer to what we need. He's not a bad striker. He puts himself about, but I don't know. I mean, someone like Jordan Hugill we could do with, in my opinion. We were linked with him in the summer as well. When we played Preston at home, he bullied us centre half. Didn't give him a moment's peace. All right, not always easy on the eye, but he took his goal well against us. Right place and right time. Not easy on the eye, I said, but he's a bully. And it seems like every team knows what they want to do against us. When we play them at home, like to Bolton and Bristol City, every time they played from a direct ball, they always knew who they wanted to hit. Gary Medina against Bolton Saturday, everyone straight towards him. They knew what they wanted to do. Even Bristol City as well knew what they wanted to do straight away. And it seems like when they get the ball, bang, they're right at you. They're going to put you under pressure and they're going to stretch your centre halves. We don't do that. It's always slow out from the back, just knocking it around slowly. And I just don't know what to say, to be honest. I think international break. Personally, I think it's maybe time for a managerial change. I tried to ignore it after Bolton. I tried to ignore it after Bristol City, thinking we can maybe go to Wolves, maybe put in a good performance away from home. We're not too bad away from home. Look after that. I think Jukanovic just lost. He's got a lack of ideas, in my opinion. He's lost. I mean, the team just looks. The team just looks lost. It just looks like we're a team who haven't played together before. That's the way it was tonight. So many misplaced passes, and this just look like players who just didn't know each other's game. I mean, half these players played each other for the whole of last season. With only a few new signings into the start 11 tonight, so it just there's such a misbalance there, in my opinion. I mean, in my opinion, I see so many similarities to what Everton are going through. They've got no out-and-out striker. Too many players who know in playing the same position. Too many players who like to play in behind the striker. We've got too many. In my opinion, we signed too many wide players. And I've got to think to myself, how can the likes of Jordan Graham and Johan Mollo not even get a game in this, not even get a start or even a proper full nightly? I mean, surely they can't be as bad as what Cabana and Ite have been in the last couple of games. Surely Jordan Graham deserves a go. I mean, how bad can he be? I mean, he's a creative winger. I think I've always thought if we could see him and Mollo on either side, either flank, I think that could be a good creativity. Personally, I think also we need to go to up front. I think one up front, isolated against Wolves tonight. Defending as a back six as well. Rory Fonts is so isolated, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. Playing out from the back again, as I mentioned. I mean, personally, I think we need someone, you know, we need a good striker. As you know, every Fulham fan probably agree with me who probably watches this. I don't think we're going to get many people watch this, but we need someone powerful. Even the likes of Glenn Murray, right? Maybe he's getting a game at Brighton now, so maybe he might not be available, but we've got to look further across divisions. Even in the likes of Leagues 1 and 2, there's good young talent in there. Even if you go to Scotland, Lewis Moult for Motherwell, scoring goals. Scored 2 good goals against Rangers the other week. He's a good striker as well. He's probably going to set us back a couple of £1 million, but he knows where the back of the net is. Might be a bit of a gamble, but he runs in behind, he puts himself about, and he knows where the back of the net is. And it's just so frustrating. We need a plan B. Tonight was appalling as well. I think the fans who were up there deserve to probably get a refund after that. I think they travelled all that way up on a Friday night, cold Friday night in November. They deserve something back from that because the team gave them nothing tonight. Fair play to the boys who went up there tonight. Probably better fans than I ever will be, to be fair. I mean, this isn't a knee-jerk reaction in my opinion. I'm not really a knee-jerk type of fan. I like to think I'm quite a fair-headed fan who's realistic in what I'm trying to say. But I think it's just pathetic now. I mean, 3 games in the spring. We've got Derby coming up. And McDonald's been booked as well. He's out for the Derby game. There's Sheffield United as well. And I said after Bolton, if Jukanovic doesn't get any positive results in the next 4 or 5, he could be out of a job by the start of December. And tonight, I've always felt like this is probably one of the games. To me, it just felt like a night where after on Twitter, maybe the match day reaction, maybe Jukanovic would have resigned. I mean, he just looks clueless on the touchline. To be fair, someone who's done so much for the football club, and I'm eternally grateful for what he's done, but I think things are starting to look quite bad now. Maybe it's time for him to step aside. I think we could do with an English manager. I think, you know, someone who's old school potentially, who's well drilled up, in my opinion. You can get a side well drilled, get them organised, and really just get them playing some good free-flowing attacking football. You can get crosses into the box. You can have a different variations of formations, different variations of styles as well. I've always thought the Fulham team we've got can be a good plan B. Would be able to sit back and pick teams off in the counter attack. I mean, tonight could have been one of them games. We could have gave Wolves the ball. They probably wouldn't have expected it, and we could have sat off, hit them on the counter attack tonight. We've got pace in the counter attack. We've got creativity on the counter attack. Why not try that for maybe one game away from home instead of trying to always go and dominate the ball? Because even teams at home will expect that, and they'll sit behind. And when they come to us, they want to sit back deep and hit us on the counter attack. It seems like every team we play, it's the same old story at home as well. And even away from home tonight, it was just a poor performance. I mean, I just don't understand what's going on at the moment. It's just, last season we went for a bit of a wobble, but we kind of come out of that around this time last season where we started to get a bit of good form going into the new year and really kicking on into after Christmas, where we put in a good performance away at Brighton just prior to the Christmas break, and we carried that on into the new season. I think we're missing Scott Malone at left back. I think his marauding runs and attacking runs were fantastic last season. We're missing that. There's just nothing really coming back from there. Ryan Fredericks does well, in my opinion. He gets fallen up and down, but he goes down too easily, in my opinion. I mean, today he had a great chance he went through. Barry Douglas didn't really touch him, in my opinion. He goes down too easily. If he can stand his feet a bit more, then surely he can be a fantastic player on the wing. Even coming forward as a winger, sometimes coming in from right back. But I think for me, we need a good striker, and we just need to find a good balance and a plan B, in my opinion. As I've mentioned so many times before, it's so frustrating. We don't have any tall players, so we're practically useless from set pieces, which is probably why we play it short all the fucking time, because Apart from McDonald, we've got no big tall players, and every team in this league at least has a couple of big players. Even Wolves, they play some good football, but they've got tall players who are a threat from set pieces. That's why they scored 2 set pieces tonight, because they've got a good deliverer who puts it in on the penalty spot. And even the second half, with a free kick, right in the same position that Barry Douglas whipped in for the first goal, and we play it short and Fredericks belts it over the bar. This shows you, doesn't it? It's a poor performance tonight, and I'm not too sure what the future holds. Against Derby, I'm not expecting much against Derby either. They're a great side under Gary Rowett, counter-attacking away from home as well. They're going to cause so many problems. And I think personally, there's so many problems at the moment that need to be sorted out. The international break couldn't come at a better time for us. I think if we wanted to get any manager in, it's the right time to do that. Give him a week or two to maybe get a search or something. But whether or not Jukanovic will go, I'm not too sure. But I didn't want to. I haven't been a Jukanovic out person really, but I've seen the last 3 games and that I think the team are starting to lose faith in him, in my opinion. But we've just got to see where we go after international break. I think it's the right time to get the boys in. I'm still going to keep supporting the boys. I'm not going to turn my back on them. We've been through enough. Fulham fans have been through enough recently to turn our backs, and I think we just need to try and find a way out of this. I'm not too sure how, but I think a plan B needs to be introduced, and we just need some sort of. In January, I mean, Craig Klein left as well, so maybe the board might say to Jukanovic in January, Craig Klein's gone, we're going to give you the amount of money we may have left in January, go out and get some players you want, and if you don't deliver then then you've got no excuse, in my opinion, because I think the only excuse Jukanovic may have is that he's not got the players he wants, and he's probably dealing with players that he looks at them and probably thinks it's not my type of players. So maybe since Craig Klein's left, maybe the board might give him what money they have, and I think that could be the best idea. That's if we're not out of contention by January. I mean, our season could be over by then, in my opinion. The way we're playing at the moment, I just don't see anything positive happening. So I don't know. I'm just so baffled at the moment. But I think this is where we're going to leave it. I could talk here all night and just still not find the conclusions to things. If you like this, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll just whenever we'll see you on the next video.